How does the U.S. reconcile its stance on this program with the region's reliance on Cuban medical professionals, and what alternatives does it propose to ensure healthcare stability?
Well, yeah, I think the first thing is this.
50,000 Jamaicans will be getting a $20,000 cash grant under the Solidarity Program. This is specifically for people not on PATH, NIS, social pension, and also didn't qualify for the reverse income tax credit.
If you put the 400 man from the 800, they definitely not going to make it enough. Mark is a very good 400-meter runner, very capable, etc. But the people are of the opinion, so we need a Andrew.
They want to cap student loan payments at a percentage of your salary, so those payments don't become too burdensome. And if you're unemployed, you wouldn't have to pay back your student loan until you get a job.
One of the problems with studying economics, as I have, is that it removes the opportunity to dream and have rose-colored glasses. I think it's fairly predictable that if you...
In 5, 4, 3, 2... Obi Trice, real name, no gimmicks. Yeah, people. Big up for the self, man.
Yes, that's that.
You don't know where they are again. You see it?
Man, you know it go.
Open the like in new angle if you don't, you tell you. You see me, I say, yeah. But two camera, we are able to make it in a tree. Yeah, we don't really find it. We don't really settle with it.
As they can notice all the background for that one, yeah. In a fully 100 yet, you know, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we work on it, You see it. I'm not sure we work on it, no feel like we forget it. Earthquake!
Yeah, deaf. Cause we reach 1/4. You know, I go at 250 that me see. All the people that me know, 250 people. Big up on yourself, youths. And you know.
100% respect, man.
Yeah,
I know, man. As you don't
it.
say it, you know, a grassroots support this, you know, man. You see it. So you know it go.
So the quarter way upon the journey. 2 camera, 2 light. You don't know. We are going chap through 2 mic, microphone.
Yeah, you know. And respect to the people who make it happen.
See a way. You know, we're investors. You know what I mean? More while when we have 2 sponsors to sponsor, you know, the drinkings and the smokings and you know what I mean? But and to the show people, you know, when I really give you too much information in the last one, I would have come like our experience with their share really and show because that is what a podcast is. But as I say, a podcast
yeah,
and a
it was just a reasoning. That was my idea for the title, just reasoning.
Just reasoning.
You
yeah.
Know,
that is a reason. As when you see title is an interlude that are in between, just for keep on, you know?
Yeah.
For today. Then, because we have all the same thing for chat about today. When you know, if in the last video, I would have tell you if we need just a freestyle, I would have tell you. Secretary of State Marco Rubio forward there for have a discussion. Before that, I have questions. I want to hear where Andrew got really set to him. You see what I say? Because you know we have issues down here where issues where impact the Caribbean like a whole like a Cuban doctor crisis where them did have look a ban issue what they have with the Cuban doctor them say you're right. And the labor problem. But they have a meeting and then they have a press conference. The press conference about 30 odd minutes. Luckily for one who watch it, so we not make us see we not you know we can just take away key points them on it and show no.
Yes,
Scammer them need to hear this. Bad man them need to hear this. People them at Jamaica need to hear this. The propaganda this them need to hear this. But at the end of the day, I want to tell you say, remember, is a foreign politician to a Jamaican politician is just a promise at this point. You know what I mean? Then you know a promise that convert to a fool, so cool. Saying, but yeah man, we have couple of data fix in our bag same way. You know Trump gold card and we love to keep on updated. Them and they sell 1,100 in a one day, but more than that in a
one
day.
1 day. 5 billion in a one day.
Yeah man. Yeah, me I say. Yeah. So right now.
Hey, Trump one of them person that we just love to eat.
Yeah.
That's that type.
Yeah. So you know I got still people. I could dive in it.
I've been business there.
Good afternoon.
I am say so.
To welcome United States Secretary of State, the Honorable Marco Rubio, to Jamaica. Now, I have known Secretary of State Rubio for some time, and I've always been very impressed by his deep knowledge of the region.
Brother, all that you read off a paper
Jamaica
too.
is deeply honored that you have chosen.
If you know the man, you don't know the man, you don't even write that down and go read that.
Visit us
Have a
further
paper.
on
So now me I try to show you a difference between Americans in how far back Jamaica is. And Jamaica not far back, dog. I just will love going like, look on big old Prime Minister up there so I teach like how a normal, I read like how a normal teacher tell us, say, yo, read and look up and engage the crowd. And you don't memorize one part and engage the crowd. That's, bro. Yo, anyway, chump them there. They have teleprompter. See, chump them don't even use teleprompter. 3/4 chump people them don't use teleprompter. People, what are the early part where they talk about just foolishness? Him not really have nothing important to say. No. See, he just tell me what they talk about. But me want to hear it from the horse's mouth. So me want to hear what Marco Rubio have to say.
During our meeting, we addressed several critical areas of cooperation.
Critical thinking.
One major area, we reaffirmed our commitment to enhancing cooperation in combating transnational crime, ensuring the collective safety of our citizens, and mutually secured borders. We discussed a global war on gangs, and there is already significant policy alignment with both countries in this regard.
Hey, well, I know. We don't go too pause it too much, you know. But this is the global war upon gangs. Right? As squash get catch. It's all like I'm gonna be made. I'm gonna be poster boy for it, you know see?
Yeah, see that? Poster boy. I think the same thing on me.
The United States has been instrumental in supporting Jamaica's efforts to bolster its marine domain awareness and intelligence surveillance capabilities.
See, so alright, so basically 3 points. America main thing is they want access to a trade because you know Jamaica WAF system set up. We have some of the best. Plus we in the West. You see me I say? They want when them citizens come here, because you know how much million Americans come here within a yearly annual settings. You see what I say? They want safety, ensured safety for their citizens. You see what I say? When cross and violate the international policies and them thing there. So I say, and in return, and they want to power up Jamaica to deal with issues like Caribbean.
Yo, listen me man. Listen how me say it. Listen how me say it.
See?
But now make it look like say them no want do good things, you know, which is the Trump administration.
One of them they are for US, you know.
Yeah, but what me I say is watch this.
Nothing that for Jamaica yet, you know.
Every one of them. You see, the Biden administration did more want push the gay business.
No.
So watch out. When them want make we embassy do some shit, saying that a feed them agenda, the other administration, the Biden administration.
Yeah.
This year, administration have one agenda too, you know. But this guy is with all other things. This guy with all of them what them talk about, like security, like say, well, them are going to help up our country to give us security. You get me? So we can deal with the gang them, deal with lottery scam and them thing there. But why agenda we are push behind that?
Yeah.
So them now go come tell we, bro, him man not go stay up on the press conference right now. Wanna tell we say, yo, one man. We want Jamaica to recognize say if we in Russia go war, we are gonna land 2 planes down here and we are gonna need to have access to them airport and them thing. Them are gonna come tell we that.
No.
And that's why I tell you say one agenda did it where them a push. But we not gonna know.
No, but what we mean something like what mean the thing what them really want. What them claim back
really
what
want.
they. What them claim back what they.
But they claim back what they.
What them buy back what they. Where America buy back what they. BlackRock buy.
I don't know.
Panama Canal.
Oh, Panama Canal. Oh, the trade route.
And couple.
The trade route.
Yeah,
naturally the trade route. I'm more
3 other
I
blood
most,
clot
what you know,
ports.
I most, what would I call it now? I most lucrative them thing them after right now. That's why you see what happened with the said people them the way. We're gonna go to that too, you know.
Yeah.
With them bomb what they are. Because
would
I
them.
trade route them
Yeah.
affect.
So what you want to
But you
say?
affect the trade route them I get rid of here, you have to fall in line, you know.
So naturally, as me say, for Jamaica, for America, me not say they not have an agenda, you know, but here we go on. Them not stupid. They know Jamaica don't know if you take off a map completely. Shit, the whole Caribbean don't know if you take off a map. If you real superpower in my world, decide to go at it. That's what me I say. So they not
if you corrupt a nation,
so they
with
not
them money, them have it in a man.
Yes, so what you know, and that is exact. You know what, people? Make we go further and make we hear what Rubio have to say, because he explain it even better than what we can try right now.
Joe.
Yeah.
We look forward to building upon this
And to the people of Jamaica. The ties, I would say, between the United States and Jamaica don't need to be explained. They're incredibly strong. And in particular, my home state of Florida, we were commenting close, 800,000 to 1 million Jamaican expatriates who call the United States home. And I asked, it was just in Florida, because it's a very vibrant community that's contributed so much to the place that I've called home for so long. And so we have a shared history that's tied together by people. I also would say that some substantial percentage of Americans have traveled here at some point in their lives. And that also binds countries together. Nothing binds countries and cultures more closely together than people. And we certainly have that in common. And we want to continue to make sure that we build on that. We did touch on a couple of topics. The first is trade. The world has been closely followed. The president is in the midst of realigning American global trade policy, primarily to reset global trade in a way that's fair to the U.S. after 20 or 30 years of what we believe is unfairness, not when it comes to Jamaica, but broader. And from that will come real opportunities to create new alignments and new trade arrangements and new trade opportunities. And I believe Jamaica is one of those places that together we both stand to benefit. In particular, we discussed supply chains. And we ask ourselves, why, if so many of these products are destined for the North American market, why are so many of the productive capacities located halfway around the world? And there's a lot of different reasons why that's happened. But it makes all the sense in the world to see more productive capacity, more manufacturing, more industry relocated into our hemisphere. We certainly have the labor and the population and the desire to do so in our hemisphere. It's closer to the end markets. And so we want to pursue opportunities to make that possible. And clearly, I think Jamaica is one of those places that could benefit. And the Prime Minister has that vision for the country and the creation of not just jobs, but jobs that pay even better than the jobs that maybe some could find now. So it's an opportunity I think would be mutually beneficial. And we're going to actively seek and look for ways to make that possible.
Well, hear me now, no member myself. Yes, what me I say? Okay. But people understand this. If no job come in after any such promise, don't make them pay you a minimum wage. And Joe will see you at all. This is what I say. Yeah, man. Don't make them pay you a minimum wage. Basically, still, what Rubio say is majority, I think, them Jamaica, they're in a compliance with. Like me, I always tell my friend them, Jamaica, America's favorite side bitch. Is what I say. Yeah, we hear that when we listen out further. Majority, I think, them what them say, it don't really affect Jamaica because Jamaica have such a high standard for certain of the things them already. You see what I say? Yeah, so as I say, man, make we run back where Rubio I say. Get a player on.
I also think there's extraordinary opportunities for investment. We talked about it, whether it's particularly in energy. The United States is going to be producing a lot of liquefied natural gas, which is a very clean fuel that we have in abundance and that we seek to export. And it's also critical, by the way. You cannot have manufacturing without reliable and affordable energy. And so it's one of those things that I think potentially we could continue to partner along with other things, whether it's mining opportunities off the seabed. In essence, to utilize all of the resources of the country in a responsible way that protects your environment.
You know, it's the pin where politician will free Prime Minister and Jamaica pin.
For the people,
I don't pin that in my
governments have two prime responsibilities: the safety and the prosperity of their people. And your Prime Minister
see the flag, that's why I have to ask.
We did talk about tourism because obviously it's a
Yeah,
significant
sure, I know
part
one
of
of
the
them.
economy, and we
US pin,
pledged we
man,
were going to go
big
back and
Baphomet pin.
reevaluate the travel advisories as they currently stand to ensure that they do reflect the reality, the new numbers, what the numbers show, because you
All
made
right.
very
See where they
impressive
want
progress
positive. See
in
what they
your
want
general
here.
numbers overall
They
when it
want
comes
here,
to
yeah.
the murder rate and so forth. But
They
in
want here,
particular,
so the
those
antithesis
travel
is safe.
advisories are
You
designed
see
to
me?
American travelers. And I think we need to analyze that and just ensure that the status we're currently in accurately reflects the status quo and takes into account the progress you've already made this year and made last year, year over year, which I think is one of the highest numbers in terms of reductions that we've seen of any country in the region. Challenge on the border between Venezuela and Colombia. It is the challenge in Haiti, and it's been a challenge here. And it's a multifaceted challenge. They are transnational for a number of reasons. One, as an example, is, and we've
The
acknowledged this in
commissioner
our
fee over the
conversations that lead
side
back
there.
to my time in the United States Senate.
Deputy
How
commissioner
many
fee
of the
over the
guns
side
and
there.
the
We do this
weapons that are
test. He
being
never
used by
patrol, do
gangs
this
to
here
commit
right
acts of
now.
violence
Well,
here in
20 years
Jamaica
of working.
are purchased in the United
What you
States and
mean?
get
What you
shipped
mean
here.
really?
We want
You're
to commit to
blind?
Yeah,
doing
me have
more
to
to
ask Sweeney,
stopping that
because
flow.
eventually what they
At the
beat
same
the
time as we do
little
more to commit to increasing their
organization dog.
capacity. That's the other thing I
It just
underline.
like that them they
What we're
want to do it
talking
long
about here when we
time.
talk about American assistance is America helping Jamaica build its own capacity, its own ability to confront these challenges and solve these problems. Because security is a baseline for everything. And to that end, we have some good things to announce today here. We've the Jolt Fusion Center that is starting up again, and that's been even further strengthened. That's going to help address lottery scamming. We can announce this synthetics detection equipment for the Jamaica's forensic labs. Another counter-gang recruitment program that we seek to launch as a result of our visit here today, and announce something that I think is really important, and that is software, intelligence software for the law enforcement here in Jamaica to combat gangs.
Yeah. That one day. Right business. That would sound like, you know, you want to move and hear them and develop one thing to stop crime before it happens. You see me? Because what you know, remember we know this, you know, enough I think them or you them will get classified as gang, you know. And really gang, you know. Just like we grew as friend from where you though. And I just hold away maybe a 7, maybe a 13 away par. And I really say I want gang. You hold away just there same community and thing, you know what I say? But if you check the dictionary and check the meaning, that is a gang though.
What you mean?
It's a gang.
I don't know what I mean a gang still. You know, man.
Yeah. Well, lad, suppose something like
gang
like-minded
definition.
people. Suppose something like like-minded people organized to what? See.
Here's the definition of gang: an organized group of criminals.
A set of switches, sockets, or other electrical or mechanical device grouped together. The machine and the gang of cutter chains.
So me I say what is known, man.
Yeah, but half a number of people from a group or gang.
You see. They can literally be classified as gang.
So, hear me I say, Zane, but hear me I say Jamaica criminals, wake up. I'm just going to say shot at.
I tell man if you wake up.
Wake up, bro.
Oh, you tell man if you low badness, I tell you to wake up and get more sophisticated with the badness.
Get sophisticated then, sister pussy clam. I'm telling you the same thing, Jamrad. Yeah? I'm telling you what I see.
Hey, no kind of man. Before you say nothing. I must say, America is talk about freedom laws, right? But they want to implement and help where we don't. Remember say, badness in a Jamaica, brother, you still have Crips. You still have MS-13 gang in America right now, said way, you know, so all of them have can get rid of their badness, you know. So them man, they get sophisticated to it. The man them knows the camera there everywhere. So when them go do a murder, they have different things that them do. You get me?
I understand that, you know, but understand
we
this.
Don't want to criminal them to do that.
Understand this.
I want to change them life.
Jamaica, how much years behind US with there? You know, change all now. How much years behind US with there?
I will leave.
Alright. Them pussy what that now get no help in access. You have to be one out of 10,000. You hear me I say?
Alright, seriously though.
Listen me.
Who you feel say get more upgrade faster? Well, I know. Listen. A youth going to like we as youth then we are normal citizens. Or a bad man them. Which one get upgraded faster in our country like Jamaica? Cause I bad man them, you know, I mean say a youth today, you know.
What do you mean upgraded?
I mean like in your life, cause as a normal civilian, right? You go in normal way. So you want one car for run taxi and all them things there. See? You take longer to get that than a bad man who want one new strap. I tell you, and the strap where you get worth a lot more than the little car where you want to buy. Cause you get a one bad M16 with pan clip and sitting cause my bad man. So, you with us want one little car for run taxi because you go right way. You take decades to get that type even do get it, man. So me say, you them when a badness get upgraded.
That a 1/5 gangsters and you know Jamaica you go and like none of them like 1/5, 20% out of 100 you go and like so them.
But when me still I say then can get sophisticated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Brother,
cause you see man I'm all switch at Jamaica, yeah, brother.
When they are America since about 05.
Yeah.
So when Bumbuckler with just a hype boat, look at John with a compound gun.
We just get it all the C2 them and anything there.
Bro, so what me I say is we're not half ready. Let me tell you what save Jamaica. You see people them where Jamaica I come from under British law. You see what me I say? It training a forward same way from back in ideas, right? We not have no equipment. See me just telling about the Prime Minister talk and even have a teleprompter paper and I read off. See, so what me I say is we not have the equipment there. Bro, we are talking about police cruisers. We are talking about police cruisers with instant fingerprint, like where that just say.
Yeah.
GPS system means tap in with the satellite, active GPS. There's no way for your drive or run to. We are going to conk you. You see what me I say, bro?
But yeah, why not? You remember say, Prime Minister did them their chatting like that. One time when them chat about we going digital and things.
Because them a Cuba man.
Well, I don't know. But you know, it's the first thing. Lies now, whatever we have. And that's why one driver we able to still have 100 ticket in Jamaica. When in overseas, if you reach up to the level of 6
it did us now. Police them walk with look thing they leg digital. It did us now. So
me I tell you say, well I know. So me I tell you say, you see, we are get them late, you know. And I say true, we are get them late. It's like we what me that say now, upgrade fast enough like a criminal them.
Why you think we are get them late?
Why?
Yeah.
Now me feel like we just back a time in everything, virgin.
Alright, me not feel so.
And not technology, bro.
Listen, me no man no technology. Marco Rubio said, look what Zane, cause you were going on. And just like what you say, Andrew announced this newer technology long time. The man them announce all one technology where when you go through toll, it's supposed to scan your vehicle for gun.
And Jamaica no want Jamaica shun them things there.
Listen, me no say my friend. Hear what me I say no man. Zane. What you want? Me understand, you know.
But we hear about 5G, right?
But what I know, where you go get?
But we hear about 5G, right?
Are two different cities, you know.
And what hear about 5G?
5G what? The internet.
And to Jamaican them body out and say, you know you say that fried people brain. And rare. 5G there right now, you know.
I say God man.
I thought about the brain now.
Yeah, my phone alright. You know what me I say, bro? Zine, just catch you pre.
But me I say, we have to move on and some people. All people, let me tell you this, Jamaican old people said on one thing. I feel like if I did whole people alone we decide we go, like we have PJ Patterson said we my champ some schools still right now what I use, they said outside dialect them or some shit. It's like we had to move on to. You get me? So you take longer to reach
so much of old people, so
and that's why we are move so fast.
Zane,
that to believe.
So here what me I say Zane, cause I me still I say them people they man, let me forget my blood. Oh, USAID.
Yeah.
USAID. So you see all when Andrew they talk about this thing there, I feel like he just come out on USAID summit.
Yeah.
You see what me I say? And tell them say, yeah man, they sit here and want. And I must watch man, we have the system, the simple money and You see what me I say? Boom! USAID one batty business and them a go give up. Because when Marco Rubio say, the previous we or USA did our work was.
But they did accept it, I believe.
Them did accept it
Yeah.
and do fuckers. So me I said, this your man here now. Trump administration, and you see says Trump don't fuck around. They have an agenda, dog, and them plan to follow it. Them man your tooth and nail them plan to follow it. See, so what you know? What me I say is, the man make it clear, say, how we want aid work. What we want for your country, which the dog and make clear, you say they have a hidden agenda. More than likely. But listen to me. As far as me see it, the dog saying want trade, he want safety, from passage for people them in citizens them of the US, and he want have business opportunities, meaning say they can land two factory blood clot down here, then two plant down here. Zine, because of that, then they are start talk about all the year.
Yeah, most the hotel and it's in the because you know that tourism and making most money.
But for me tell you say hotel owner them a majority in the US.
I mean on the US, but me I tell you say that's what they want because economy we are striving.
NGO too, you see me call center them and anything thing about what you know, they just want bargain up the village. So what you know, people the USA did I say, or them used to work is then just give that and then tell you how to do it to and rare. What we want you to do is give you things that you need to make your country better.
Yeah.
See? And we tell you when we get it, what we want from what we expect in return from your country.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly where Joe Biden administration used to do. And that's why
that is what the administration for do. But what I say is this is Trump's administration.
It's a different agenda.
It's a
different agenda. I'm out to know. Why me work
policy.
That's why me work with the agenda. That means to say. That means to say
straight business.
That means to say the American
that
embassy.
That means Jamaica have a benefit because me say we are their favorite side bitch. Let me tell you.
That means to say the American embassy won't go fly no blood clot LGBT flag and then shit there because that's another agenda.
No.
Yeah. But the one before that, because I say American land, you know, they say that, you know, boy, American embassy in every country, you know, basically part of America that, you know, and the people get up and find fly Batman flag.
Yeah, man.
So like me, I say, no, we won't up. So we can work with this till we find out, say, the agenda now asks one arm or one leg.
Make we hear what Ruby have to say.
Because he can ask for that too.
Things like night vision, technology, and on that end, let me touch on a topic that we talked about just a little bit. Well, I'll touch on the topic, then I'll get to this final one. On you mentioned upskilling and helping. How can we? It's a topic we hadn't touched on directly, extensively before. We talked about it today. We seek to go back and find ways that we can partner to create opportunities for skills training, so that if those companies, and we can attract those companies, if we can attract whether it's a logistics center or manufacturing to come to Jamaica, there is a workforce that's been equipped with the skills needed. Now, we face this challenge domestically as well. We need to do that ourselves, but there may be things that we can do in collaboration with one another. And this touches on the issue of aid, very controversial in the United States, but it's one of the reasons why I wanted to come here today, because it in many ways highlights exactly what our vision for aid moving forward is. The United States is not getting out of the aid business. We are going to be providing foreign aid. The difference is we want to provide foreign aid in a way that is strategically aligned with our foreign policy priorities and the priorities of our host countries and our nation states that we're partners with. In essence, how that would work, how it has worked in the past, is USAID or some other entity would come into a country and say, this is what we think you need. And then they go out and hire an NGO that maybe are the ones that convinced them that that's what you need, and they give them a bunch of money and they come into the country and they do things. Some of these programs are fine, they're nice things. Other times, not so much. Nonetheless, that's how it used to be. How we want it to be in the future is that our embassies are involved with the host government, our hosts, our partners, and we ask them, what are your needs? And we provide assistance geared towards the needs of the nation states that are hosting us and that we're partnering with. At the end, our partner in Jamaica, our partner all over the world, is the government, it's the host government, who have a clear vision for the future. And to the extent that our foreign aid can be helpful, it is in furtherance of what the people of your country have elected you to carry out.
Now which one are we with them?
Yeah, we know one are with them. We'll put our
USA business.
Yeah, we can ask question in the parliament. I say USAID put money to Jamaica to promote gay rights initiative.
Yeah, man, but we chat about it in the video there.
Yeah.
Yeah, already. You see me? Yeah.
And you know, remember if this in there, but you remember when they go Africa, Barack Obama go Africa. See? And Barack Obama go Africa, you know. And Africa. See?
I don't think we put the one there in there. We put the one? No, we never put it in there.
Oh.
But remember it though.
Yeah, when the African president I say, yo, like they want to discuss gay business, yeah. And that is not what Africa need. So Africa now not talking about that.
Yeah.
You get what I say? Yeah, so watch I see what he must say no by directly pointing out say it have to go align with the host country. You see it make everybody that want to work with this agenda
and that's what
more.
I say is thankful
Yeah,
for Trump.
yeah, but if I hear all people say the thing so too good.
Yeah.
You better know that.
Yo.
Yeah.
You know, if you switch it back. A Trump. At the end of the day, Trump want money. Trump want what best for American people.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how Trump the business, you have to keep him best business partner then. Happy. You hear Marco Rubio tell us that Jamaica are one of the most cooperative in the fucking hemisphere, Western hemisphere. If Jamaica was a big player on the board, you see, what would that be? Best friends are a threat to them, are frenemies to America. Let me tell you, because all what we have, the place, the location, everything to do with. You see what I say?
I bet they always is the when Bruce Golding did our things though.
Wow, say what?
You know, so long Bruce Golding take beside the paper there, brother.
So, which
make
paper?
they go for donuts.
Oh, no, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, man, all out for weeks.
Now listen, man, I told we don't really have an ex Dodos, because at the end of the day, Dodos a wicked man, but they don't know Dodos used to do good. You see me, I say? Yeah, and it may filter out to all the rest of the island.
No, but alright, if you used to do good,
yeah.
To watch it, citizens of Jamaica,
yeah.
Just citizens of Jamaica can attest to that. But you see, politicians them,
yeah.
a different good them pre, you know.
Yeah.
For them type of good have to say him get the people and to go vote for them.
Yeah. So what I say is but what I say is they know we don't want to sit there like that. It kind of hard, you know what I say? It kind of hard. So Andrew for just thank God he never do this in a film time. You know, see Andrew.
Andrew a corporate man. Andrew realize man.
You know, see Andrew just kill everybody.
You know, see
Bruce. They don't fuck with nobody.
You know, see Bruce have to lift up a little bit.
You say Andrew they don't fuck with nobody.
A Bruce basically.
What you say you do over there, sir?
Teach him, you know. You know that.
What you say you do? You're big.
Buff. A Bruce basically teach Andrew and if at the end of the day, you see what I'm doing man way. You get me I say? You have to lift up a little bit after.
Yo, listen, so, man.
You have to cooperate, man.
So, yeah, dog. That I will.
Yeah, man, bro, God, listen up.
Jump do business. So, I believe say, I don't really sound too good to be true.
Yeah.
I believe in genuinely I try make both goals achievable, both for the US and both for Jamaica, because they want Jamaica continuous support, dog, because Jamaica is very cooperative. Yo, bro, don't notice something too. Right now, I think he's supposed to go Guyana, but bro, Jamaica whole a strong hole in the Caribbean. You're not gonna hear further up what man I tell you, dog. Say, yeah, man, I want to have to deal with all 80 and thing and 30. Wait, what? 80 no bigger than we. 80 about 3 times size.
Mm-hmm.
80 about 3 times or 2 times
but you
size.
can't. At the way you can't go look on it now. Economy. I watch a man. You want a man.
And
if you have a period way they still, you 80 you so plant all rice and something there, you know.
Bro,
they not do nothing.
Listen, man. So, man, it's have to be with leadership and all the people of the country cooperate under them leader, or then leader fuck them over whether or not. But all the country step up and move on. So, you hear me? I say Jamaica has been one of those.
Well, I watch this. Reason both here with me feel like Jamaicans here look forward to and I pray. You see how Trump stay and how Trump agenda since he going office. Mm-hmm. America supposed to do more production. And that's why I want the car company build back them production in America. You get me? I say, our country not to produce nothing in a Virgin. Anything we are produce as opposed to private sector produce it, you know. I talk about the government, nah, nothing at all. Unless somebody can prove me wrong by telling me, say, no man, I government own couple years, well over so them plant orange and sell to Sunshine. Or sell to one. The government, no. The last thing they need to say we own at the damn here Jamaica. When watch Bob Marley show over there and see plane mark here Jamaica on the dark, if you ever know. Remember, I never travel on my plane, you know. But just for know say country have that. You know what I say? And all that they sell. What we have?
Me don't really know still. We have to get back to you on that, people. Run a clip. No, go to 13. Go to 13.
I own no. Tell in the comment
section. 13, go to 13 minutes. Yeah, drop on a comment.
I've gone past 13 already, man.
You gone past 13? And they say USA had something to start then when do you want? Alright, about 17 then. Where are they?
To emulate, whether it's on security, on trade, on investment, on skills acquisition and improvement. These are the things that we want America's relationship with our partners to look like. And I can think of no better friend in the Caribbean and frankly in the Western Hemisphere than Jamaica and your government, Mr. Prime Minister. And so we thank you for this chance to visit with you so early. And as I joked a couple times, but I'll say it again, I think I told it to the cameras already. I wanted to come here early, so when I come for the second and third.
Yo. Listen me now. Listen me now. A Boston badness. See me now? Boston badness. Celtics. Yeah, man. I say, yeah, man. We're power 54 for 19 run right now. We're the second in the East. But yeah, man, I say no. A Celtics, man. I know really shower thing, you know. I couldn't see me in a grade. I'm just telling you from now.
Yo. Right towards green, they for each other, they must be.
Yo, welcome to Jamrock.
But no, when me go say no, make it was a pre like a shower business. But Mark is supposed to feel away when the man said that took a while. Say Jamaica, our best friend, and Ray and your government, Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah.
And JLP, that
yeah.
And PNP basically in a shambles right now. And you know, so I'm going to try to find the voice note there in that episode that we are doing today.
Alright, make we find it there now. We have to finish this.
Yeah.
Make we go to a
time. They don't accuse me.
What?
Questions.
Oh.
They want to take 4 questions. I think one of them forward from NCU. That a nurse them.
Alright, that's one.
You see me? One of them are from the Washington Post and say I didn't carry on forward.
One of them are from TV, Jay.
One of them on TV, obviously.
Mr. Holness and Secretary Rubio, thank you both for your remarks just now. We have several members of the media from Jamaica and the United States in the room with us this afternoon, but we will only be taking 4 questions. And I ask that those who have been selected, that you please stand as you ask your question. And our first question is going to be from John Hudson of the Washington Post.
Thank you very much. Mr. Secretary, Republican Congressman Don...
He came with me. Don't say I don't take you to nice places.
And thank you for the hospitality. Beautiful weather, beautiful country. Much appreciated.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Mr. Secretary, Republican Congressman Don Bacon weighed in on the Signal chat breach, saying the White House is, quote, in denial that this was not classified or sensitive data. They should just own up to it and preserve credibility. Do you think that's true? Also, here in Jamaica, there are USAID employees at our embassy, like so many others around the world, on administrative leave, not carrying out the work of the American people. Do you worry that the Doge effort won't ultimately end up benefiting U.S. taxpayers? And Prime Minister, violence and instability remains in Haiti. What would you like to see from the United States in terms of being a productive force? And a State Department envoy yesterday called the presence of Cuban doctors in Jamaica and elsewhere human trafficking. Do you agree with that? Thank you.
Let me take the first. I've already addressed the aid one, but let me address it again. This is not about getting rid of aid. This is about restructuring how we're going to do aid. And when you restructure, there's some disruption, but it has to happen. By the way, this is not an idea. This is an idea Condoleezza Rice wanted. This is an idea multiple secretaries of state throughout time have tried to achieve. And we intend to achieve it because we think it makes all the sense in the world. So I recognize that there's disruption involved when you make reform and you make change. But it's necessary because our foreign policy and our foreign aid have to be aligned. Foreign aid is an instrument of foreign policy. Okay? It is not global charity. Jamaica's not asking for charity. They're asking for development assistance so they can become stronger at their security needs and the other things of this nature. That's what they're asking for. They're not asking for a handout. They're asking for a hand up, help to build their capabilities so that they become a self-reliant partner and, frankly, could end up and already are helping other countries. Jamaica now is contributing to the effort in Haiti, as an example. So these are the kinds of things we want to see in our foreign aid. So look, our goal was not to disrupt anyone's life. Our goal was to restructure the way we deliver foreign aid so that it is aligned with our foreign policy and with what we're trying to carry out at our respective missions around the world. On the first question, let me just say on the signal thing. This thing was set up for purposes of coordinating how everyone was going to call. You know, when these things happen, I need to call foreign ministers, especially of our close allies. We need to notify members of Congress. Other members of the team have different...
If you all want to know what I mean by this, we'll get it to you. But basically, Trump enter send one fuck around and find out message to some people where so them are bad people and US ship can't pass. No ship where we say can't pass. Can't pass. And that we mean blow up on a blood clot. You see me I say? Alright. Trump them had enough. This one they in a power almost 3 months. Sure ass clot. This one I say alright. The message they in one group chat. A group chat get leaked. That they mean by signal thing.
I'm a leak, get leak. Yeah. The man them had one reporter to the
reporter get added to the group. But
no, but hold on, wait. We're gonna further. The man add reporter to the group. You know what the fucking big man say? The big man say, big as I say, because I remember what the dog say about you, remember? When the dog there tell you up on the voice note about the video and what we are saying. You know what I say? The big man say, it's like him add the name. Because he have a name, you know, but the name and not feel somebody number. It means like tall dog and me put Shag's dog name there.
Yeah.
So me add tall dog to the group, but I Shag's dog me add there. You get me? I say,
fucking
the
man.
big fucking dog. Yo, listen to me. Tell me say you know pre what happened to him. Let me tell you what me pre happened to him. You see, every government member, especially in a Trump organization right now, know what day and day say, yo, Trump will just do a press conference tomorrow. And because he hears me say I do something when they want and fire me for the press conference. So me need some, I'm gonna call you now, to help out myself after. When I call him man, like when I say I need dirt on somebody fee. You get me I say? So him have the reporter number in him thing. If anything go wrong, he can leak some information. You get me I say? But he might add somebody else now, which is a government member, and go add the damn somebody.
No, but
because him not save it as.
He not have to go so far, because if he have to go so far, if he have a reporter number, he just have a reporter number.
No, but him not save it as, you know, he not save it as, because, for example, watch this now, I don't know. But in a Trump organization, and you go on some meeting, your phone have to put them out there, so.
Yeah.
And them have to go to hall can search your phone, because you have this clearance.
So
he not save his name. Yes, he not save his name, say.
New York Times.
Yes. So he just put one little name there where that look like as somebody way in a click.
Understandable. So people, our group chat blow leak, but the group chat are show the man them a send say yo, we wanna do about them boy they down there so basically charge them a reply say yo, man them boy are so fucking problem you know about time we get rid of them.
Hold on.
Then them a say hey, 30 minutes time. You pay and I left no. Blood clot 30 minutes time. Yeah, right now them text back say, yeah man, you done man, bumper clot. Well done, job. Yeah, congratulations man, bumper clot. Papa Buckler champagne.
Magazine's editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg is releasing the messages from the Yemen strike plans group chat. And the screenshots show discussions of weapons and specific timing of U.S. military strikes.
11:44 a.m. Eastern that time. Weather is favorable. Just confirmed with CENTCOM we are a go for mission launch. 12:15 Eastern, F-18s launch, declaring this first strike package. 13:45, trigger-based F-18 first strike window starts. Target terrorist is at his known location, so should be on time. 14:15, strike drones on target. This is all caps. This is when the first bombs will definitely drop.
Okay, look, just because you write
Trump
in
the rap
all
with the red
caps,
button.
this is when the first bombs will definitely drop, doesn't mean they're war plans. Okay? This is P. Hegseth. Maybe he was talking about Jaeger bombs.
How you better say?
Into the group chat.
I don't mean to be pedantic here, but how did the number
Have you ever had somebody's contact that shows their name, and then you have somebody else's number there?
I never make those mistakes.
Right? You got somebody else's number on someone else's contact. So of course I didn't see this loser in the group. It looked like someone else. I mean, I'm sure everybody out there has had a contact where it was said one person and then a different phone number.
Well,
yes.
Well,
yes,
well,
yeah, I'm right. I've had that.
well,
I've had that. Damn, you see WhatsApp attach people number when I save it.
You know, that's why I laugh. You want me to laugh. When you have somebody call and somebody sick, remember? So we beg somebody that I would save a number for him. And then somebody save a different number and write the name there. When we say it right. So you won't like when we come here and call the number. When I say, oh, I go on. Oh, can you know say I name this, right? And I call it with a different number today. And I tell you to find out. So I know you have for true.
Yeah.
You know, some look weird cases. No. You know, you have for true, man.
Man have plausible ability. Man have
plausible ability, man.
My role, I contributed to it twice. I identified my point of contact,
And look who he had
chief
to.
of staff.
He not even say he had one and cousin.
3 hours after the White House's official announcements had been made, I congratulated the members of the team. I've been assured by the Pentagon and everyone involved that none of the information that was on there, though not intended to be divulged, obviously that was a mistake and that shouldn't have happened, and the White House is looking at it, but that none of the information on there at any point threatened the operation of the lives of our servicemen. And in fact, it was a very successful operation, and it's an ongoing operation. But that was the intent behind it. And again, I think the Pentagon's made it clear that nothing on there would have endangered the lives or the mission, and the mission's been very successful.
In terms of Haiti, the United States has been an incredible partner, in fact, the lead partner, in ensuring that resources and organization is brought to the crisis in Haiti. In terms of what more could be done, I think we're at a phase in Haiti where there has to be a rapid expansion of the Haitian National Police, the HNP, in terms of the manpower and resources, because ultimately the HNP has to take on the gangs. The present holding situation that we have is not necessarily moving the situation forward as we would all like. So there would have to be a significant expansion in resources in support of the HNP to enable them to take on the gangs. In terms of Cuban doctors in Jamaica, let us be clear. The Cuban doctors in Jamaica have been incredibly helpful to us. Jamaica has a deficit in health personnel, primarily because many of our health personnel have migrated to other countries. We are, however, very careful not to exploit the Cuban doctors who are here. We ensure that they are treated within our labor laws and benefit like any other worker. So any characterization of the program by others certainly would not be applicable.
No, you're saying shaking head though.
We are ensuring that our program complies with all the international laws and standards to which we are a party to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, our next
well done,
question
Mr. Prime Minister.
From Tana Thomas from Nationwide News
Network.
Secretary Rubio, my question is, or questions in relation to the matter of the Cuban Medical Corporation program as well. So the medical mission has been a cornerstone of healthcare in Jamaica and the Caribbean for over 50 years, according to our foreign minister. How does the U.S. reconcile its stance on this program with the region's reliance on Cuban medical professionals, and what alternatives does it propose to ensure healthcare stability?
Well, yeah, I think the first thing is to separate medical from the labor issues that we are pointing to. Okay, this is not about doctors. Okay, this is not about the provision of medical assistance. We have no problem with medical assistance. We have no problem with doctors. We have a problem, and I'm not speaking about Jamaica. We've discussed this today about,
again,
following international labor standards and the like, but I'm just talking about this program in general, how it's operated around the world. And how it's operated around the world is that basically the doctors are not paid.
Right now.
In many other parts of the world, the doctors are not paid. The doctors pay the Cuban government. The Cuban government decides how much of anything to give them. They take away their passports. They basically operate as forced labor in many places. Now, there are places that have better labor standards. Perhaps Jamaica is one of those, and that's fine. But I'm describing generally what the program has been. It has operated in that way in many parts of the world. And places.
That's why it kind of fuck up because US not really know way. Work. Because watch this. I think me hear this, dog. From me go school, say Cuba, right? Them students, them school picnic. Go school free up to college, Yeah, I think up to college.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So what if that way how them do it where you go free up to college? Because when you turn good doctor and good lawyer, but eventually you have to pay back your country up to a point. You get me? I say? Yeah. So what if US spirit as a fucked up labor law, but how it work to Cubans? Make sense? You get me? I say?
Me, no really know still.
Then the same thing with Sharia law, that brethren. We must say we don't understand Sharia law,
Sharia law, fuck up,
Yeah, but we don't understand it. You have people where live it, understand it. So if them tell you how it go and how them pray it, and it might be how we understand. But we just don't understand it, so we pray it, say it's too radical.
Alright.
Because it's radical when they say female of a drive. And then thing there, all them type of thing there,
Yo, it's radical when they say blouse and skirts. If you transition into Muslim and try transition back out or influence nobody to transition out yet, we're gonna kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, man, radical, man.
While one Christian,
radical,
you can left Christianity and go turn Muslim. You can't left Muslim. Islam people. Alright, so yeah, massive people. We can pray that we had to say, yo, watch yeah, I saw them repay the college thing, but basically what them say, Virgin, is forced labor. And I understand the thing what them say, then take with them visa and thing. But basically what me just want to get across to the Jamaican people, so this will not be affecting us directly. On the Prime Minister ensure that. Big up yourself. Hand government badness and
listen me. And listen me. I bro God me say to read and I bro God around the show. But listen me now. Me still now put it past say them people have feed them agenda where eventually at the end of the day something we did there. Where they see that part they eat.
Yeah.
I just not feel part.
No, I'm not feel so bumble
That I believe, man. Yeah, man.
Business that me alright.
Yeah,
Jamaica,
man.
alright.
But just give an example look a while.
What?
But just give an example look a while. For example, the two superpowers them start fight, which is Russia and America. And we as Jamaica remain neutral. Means we don't want Russia.
Yeah.
Do we not?
We not
so we neutral. And what you not? Now listen now. That's why I say we neutral, bro.
Yeah.
We're not involved in the war. America know because they might give aid and all them things there. Them literally force we in the warfare use we have a military base and then them thing.
And when me say to you, say America not gonna do that to them favorite side bitch. They not bring that type of heat there to Jamaica. I know so Jamaica so small and inconsequential.
That's the way you say still. I mean that's give an example.
So you hear me asking the people?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need not listen too much back in the side now. We are going to the next thing. The budget read. We hear your opposition budget plans and we hear Andrew budget plans. Make we dissect them and hear what them are going language for sure.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness's 5-hour-long budget speech, so you don't have to. Here are 5 things he said that could affect your pocket. I'm Kalila Reynolds, founder and CEO of Money Media. Money Made Simple. 1. Minimum wage is going up from $15,000 to $16,000 a week. That's about $100 US. This is effective June 1. So if you earn minimum...
Well, we'll get back to the minimum wage. We'll dive in deeper into the minimum wage thing. You see me I say?
The diving thing there.
Yeah. We're diving to I scoop. We're diving to the minimum wage thing the further, but I love the girl named Kalila. That's what you want to say. Kalila, big up yourself. You hear me? I say now, you follow me, and then you follow she. You see it? Kalila Reynolds. You see what I say?
Money media.
Yeah. Out there for use them. Keep on yourself healthy dog and brain and get on the brain active to this money game.
Minimum wage, or if you have employees who you pay minimum wage, such as helpers, gardeners, or security guards, it's time for a raise. 2, you can now borrow more from the NHT. A single applicant can now borrow up to $9 million, up from $7.5 million. 2 co-applicants can borrow up to $17 million, up from $15, and for 3 co-applicants, the limit is now $23 million, up from $21 million. There were a lot of other updates about the NHT which deserve their own video, so watch out for that. 3, 50,000 Jamaicans will be getting a $20,000 cash grant under the Solidarity Program. This is specifically for people not on PATH, NIS.
Alright, so this now, the 50,000 thing, the 20,000 to the 50,000 people are supposed to spread for 50,000 people whenever get none out of the 20,000 refund thing they were there. Yeah, understand what I say? So boy,
what a country run
oh, I know, Anjo. You see me I say, they say, I need my year of working, so you don't know me, they get none out of 20, you know. See me and I 50, you know what I mean? Yeah, you don't know. Show out my look. Yeah, see how they see. Yeah. So look out for that, people. You don't need for work still, because you don't need to have one 9 to 5 to really manipulate. 9 to 5 is not the key, you know. It's not the key. You see what I say? Yeah, but our first step to discovering the key. We don't need funds to fund in the future. Follow Kalila. You gotta try to keep on the wise. I think me girl still.
True.
Social pension, and also didn't qualify for the reverse income tax credit. 4, the government will be adding $200 million to the Hope for Children Trust Fund. This is a long-term savings account for all Jamaican children, which they can access when they turn 18. 5, this one is for car owners.
So hold on. So yeah, tell me say how long we pass 18 with that some money you could access.
I have never heard about this in my life.
You know, this weird. Yeah, because I'm going to tell you what me here, boy.
That the piece the one night time 24.
I tell you me here, boy. Growing up.
So IMF.
So if every Jamaican we say
so my parents have born me
and my picnic them when I born yet IMF. And them tell me now say money did they we could access it right 18.
Yeah, and then just had 200 million
so
more.
all of them business idea that we have that when we left school. And them tell we say, oh my God.
We're going to get into it. We're going to
do
the research. Blood clot PNP.
Fitness on new cars will now be valid for 5 years, and used cars less than 10 years old will be valid for 3 years. There will also be an option to renew your vehicle registration for 2 years. And speaking of driving, the PM announced a ton of new road initiatives.
Judge, let me tell you something. In just 5 years, Zane?
Yeah.
In just 5 years,
something for do that with deport, you know. Something for do that with deport, you know, after 10 years.
If fitness can want to renew for 5 years, pull up your bag. One could hear what she say.
There will also be an option to renew your vehicle registration for 2 years. And speaking of driving, 5, this one is for car owners. Fitness on new cars will now be valid for 5 years, and used cars less than 10 years old will be valid for 3 years. There will also be an option to renew your vehicle registration for 2 years. And speaking of driving, the PM announced a ton of new road initiatives, which we'll cover in a separate video. Follow so you.
I think a 6-month fitness make for 6 months. Take to expire now. I suppose my can change. Kirk love tell me about the sickness. So I say, I used to 1 year. I Kirk, our chicken love tell me about the sickness. See, dog, man them ticket me. Give me one ticket, $15,000. Right, I'm a yard gate over 19 miles charge it. Fee. Fitness. When you think your fitness expire? Yesterday. Dog. I say, a wickedest thing. Hear me, I say, 15 grand, brother. So what you know now?
You pay already?
Yeah, man, I'm going to pay over there. But hear me, I say, no. Them people, the 3-year thing really do good, dog. I far off for the 6 month bumper clock, man.
You get chop on the head.
Chop, yo, I tell you, bro, at that I price. At that I price in a book. Me say, the man them turn up on me yard gate and them mango tree, brother. A blouse and skirt, you shade and
I give you ticket.
I give me a ticket. There, me say, artist thing, I didn't see
I
thing
tell
there.
him, say, yo, listen,
Bro,
man.
I
And I
didn't sit
son
there.
go stand up in thy son, boss.
Charge
I
it.
stand up in my yard gate.
Me say, I didn't sit there, me and my people, them in a vibes, brethren. Can me say, yo, me not even have a key if you go in to show them supposed to hold on me yard gate and they for real.
So you could prove say you had. Right, you just tell them and them willing in your
Remember me
life.
ID there, one next part that they feel like yeah. Me say dog, me would have a key,
Man,
bro.
I say what kind of style is a boy you put
But I
on?
go in right now.
Lock up.
Me have to tell them say yo, bad man, me tell them the same thing. Come here, boy. I tell them say yo, I want nice spot this in a man way. Yeah man, I want good spot this for them. I said nobody make it be one good spot over there. Come here, cut down that them mango tree there. No. Me say virgin, me say blood clot. But yeah man, the fitness thing, good. And she say after that, what if I expansion to the highway? What if them I try to get some 4 lane? I go so. I couldn't see it in a US and the same thing now 4 lane I go so. Then so please people, me need to know if you understand this too, especially if you're a young driver them, cause I wanna piss me the fuck off. You see the lane, I wanna piss my brother the fuck off. You see the lane over to no left and there are multiple signs. Keep left, pass right. You see, if you know, say you're just a cruise, you're just a easy, or you're a safe driver, just keep in a left lane. You see the man them there in a right lane, I feel like you're not cruise in a right lane, but man, if you're not cruise 160, you're not going in a right lane. Come on, forward 180, 220, and if you slow down and a mash brakes to pass, you know, and then sit in the car's accident. You hear me? I say, but drive safely, people, you know what I mean?
Cruise in a left lane.
Yeah.
I thought me not go cruise around this a while in there. Me a cruise over the next lane, you know, brother.
No, that you have to do. You have to fast, you have to
behind the truck.
You have to speed past the truck. So
you
when I
speed, me a cruise.
No, you
don't can't manage speed. Me can't hold steering while speed.
Stand behind the truck.
So me a where?
Stand behind the truck.
Where?
If you cannot manage speed, stand behind the blood clot.
Where?
Your argument don't make no sense, bad man.
If
you want to go so you want to go side that truck, go drive slow.
No, me I go take time cruise past the truck.
Cruise past his sister pussy.
Alright, hold on, what is? You ever know where a driver like me, we know about truck, like certain things about truck, what afraid of? You know, when a trucker drive, look, you know, when a trucker drive like through something the road them.
People, if we're not afraid of not steering left, right.
No, listen, me, man. If
right,
truck drive and pick up stone between the two tires, them, you know. And it's true you drive behind it. One can shoot out in your vehicle, you know.
Pass fast.
No driver that really like they drive behind truck.
Let me tell you why I feel like this is a good thing for Jamaica.
Yeah.
See, Jamaicans don't understand. I feel like maybe somebody up top get the concept, you know, make we see. You know, and drink see.
No, more people that won't care.
Fuck up. No, it's not even care. We road them a fuck up because the man them do not have a lane direct for trucks. You see what I say? Yeah, every vehicle just a chop through on one road. Chop through on you fix it today, tomorrow, you press out and then.
Yeah, I chuck them all overload on it.
You get what I say, dog? In America, they have designated truck lanes, brethren. Is that what I say?
Yeah, because then they have things that you drive through on the highway where truck have a drive through and way. There's overweight on the road because if you overweight on the road, you have to go up the road.
You get what I say, brethren? So here we go and we need to fix that so we can start fix the road. You get what I say? So make us see how the whole lane work out. Alright, Marky J, take off your shower hat.
You see me, man.
I'm Boston, you don't know. So yeah, me say no. Marky G, make we hear your budget plans now, no? Cause them sound alright, you know. But it can't work, and that we want to know.
But to Jamaica, we don't follow no rules and laws.
And that's the bottom line.
Hey, we need one catchphrase, people. What we catchphrase? Can I realize that you want Dela, you know, you want Dela. A Dela she name. Dean Jackson. Dean Jackson have one catchphrase. Good morning, it's Dean Jackson Miller, and it's time for tea. You
be the blood clot catchphrase.
I say, one cup. Me just realize just today after me burn out Kalila. I say, yo, I fear something that catchphrase or tagline, and that's the bottom line. I said, no, mama. No. I realize I ever I said, Jaja, yo. But you don't know. Critical Thinking 876. It's a podcast, not a podcast. Subscribe and tell a friend too.
To give you more NHT benefits, but are they practical? I'm Kalila Reynolds, founder and CEO of Money Media, Money Made Simple. The PNP.
Kalila!
He wants to give you more NHT benefits, but are they practical? I'm Kalila Reynolds, founder and CEO of Money Media, Money Made Simple. Here are some highlights from opposition leader Mark Golding's budget presentation, starting with changes to the NHT. 1. Rent to own. If you can't save enough for a down payment on a home, or if you work informally and can't provide a pay slip, you would be able to rent an NHT home and have the rent count as your down payment and proof that you can pay. This will give you the opportunity to buy that home later. 2. Young Owners Deposit Fund. The PNP would provide $1 billion to help people under 35 make a deposit on a home. You would get a $500,000 grant towards your deposit once you've been an NHT contributor for at least 2 years. And 3. Lower interest rates for public sector workers. Government workers used to get lower NHT rates than the rest of us, but that was discontinued. The PNP would bring that back if elected. Government workers would also get a 3-month freeze on payments. Moving on to education, we already heard about the PNP's EASE program, which would give every needy student at least 1 meal per day, regardless of whether they're on PATH. Well, Golding also announced the RIDE program, which stands for the Rural Initiative for Delivering Education. This is a transportation subsidy for students in rural areas not served by the JUTC. The PNP's plan for education also includes removing taxes from laptops and tablets for teachers and students. Additionally, they want to cap student loan payments at a percentage of your salary, so those payments don't become too burdensome. And if you're unemployed, you wouldn't have to pay back your student loan until you get a job. Finally, on growth, Mr. Golding said it's not just in the macroeconomics, but on a more individual level. He said the PNP would shift from minimum wage to a livable wage that is tied to the cost of living. Then there's that $1 billion fund for the cultural and creative industries. Golding said a PNP government would also make creative instruments and equipment duty-free. Additionally, he said they would match every dollar a business spends on training, as well as prioritize renewable energy for the island. And that's the bottom line. So what do you think of the opposition's plans? Which of these would you like to see implemented, and are they practical? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to my newsletter for money news.
Yo, Mr. Marky, you come for you the car around there, man. The blood clot. Me say, them man have promised so unbelievable something. Yo, me say, them man have promised so, dog, you man have couple unicorn and dash out each Jamaican people look well. Yo, me like how it sound. Me not like to no. Jamrock, let me take up, me want to take off your head, but I want to flat up tomorrow, next time. But, yeah, me man, Boston. Yeah, and a shower, you know. See it? But hear me, man, but I don't beard. Hear me, I say, no? Marky, talk to it. You're not even up how long now a blouse and skirt. No, we don't even know where money side things go right now. In all honesty, what do plan for allocate all these funds to do all these things and people not start pay back loan till they work and like that, you know, it sound nice. I tell you the truth, but we free taxes off of tablets and then same thing there. So right now every pitney go buy a tablet. Everybody will go buy a tablet and send them pitney go buy it. Or say they pitney go buy it for. No, we're not going to end up at sound good people. Marky. Oh, really, I do ya? We are getting $1 billion for work on the renewal services and etc. You see me, I say, who not get money if you give 500,000? Tell the people them say the NHT money, you know. Zini, if I so be case, they can get 500,000 loan from them eligible to pay a certain amount through NHT already. Zine, 500,000 not start no house, my friend. It's already a start. You know, build a house, my friend. Zine, so you have to give people them 500,000 out of their money when they save for long.
Brother, 500,000 and after 2 years, you have to send the money go. You have to give NHT money. Yeah. You would have to check it up to find out how much money you go give within that 2-year period there. Yeah. Because I would have 350,000. And the government go put 150 on it now, and I'm going to pressure your back fee. Brother, you think then government, my parents will tell me, I don't remember which one, either JLP or PNP. They married Rice and stay free and some shit back then. That's my man, them people like him, he would say anything in a power.
A PJ are manly.
In a power right now, he would say anything. You know, one league vice note today. The Damien Crawford.
Another PNP official.
I'm supposed to do this. Yeah, sure.
So, here, me say no, what we have here is allegedly a leak vice note by Damien Crawford and somebody else who don't know the next person.
Sound like Lisa Anna Depani.
Zine, Lisa Anna can Depani anytime, if you know what I say. But here, me say no. Zine, boom. What I'm talking about is Marky not competent for run the party. The people them don't believe in a Marky.
Basically, I ain't fighting a go on in a PNP
yes.
right now.
And listen me now. What them a do it, what them a do now is doing it. I like it. And that's why we are showing this because we don't notice if it's not leak in a Washington DC office. That the highest one can look on for no know yourself as Jamaican. So for look government for leaks and thing. So me I say, so here me I say, I could get past the leak. Alright, boom, it can be believable. Here me I say no. Man say Marky can't do it. That I basis it. And him go tell you know why Marky can't do it. The people them basically he want to take you over. You see me? Come and say yo, people them come out more for me.
Yeah man, he more competent than that him say.
So me I say, me more committed to the cause. You get me? I say, Damien Crawford, I don't know, I think I rate him somewhat, but I can't, something about him I can't get past. But you know, I go, Zane, I think he forward that was cool.
I don't see fear across the image.
No, I tear school, tear graduation.
You see, if you across the like, for example, half Rasta making he does look untrustworthy.
Yeah. Cause we know you see man them we are fake bubble.
Yeah.
No post wall. That's some my wickedest. Conniving man them on earth. Cause no look like when supposed to push people.
You see me?
Have sense.
Look like a righteousness and you know what I talk about.
Know people, and use and deceive people. But anyway, let's get to it.
Come on, we can listen.
Have you sat with Mark? See if we can work
no, me and Mark are going. But you see, sometimes, alright, you have a race at times, so them call them meds really. One man on a 400, one man on 200, and then the next man on a 800. You see, if you put the 400 man from the 800, they definitely not going to make it enough. Mark is a very good 400-meter runner. Very capable, etc. But the people are of the opinion, so we need a 100. That is only negative. Come here 40 now, We don't allow Mark 48, I'm still ready. But Mark, going to beat Lisa based on what the opinions are. The people opinion is that we need somebody who can go up against who. That's their opinion.
And the internal numbers don't show that him can beat Lisa. The delegate numbers, because the popular opinion is the national. The delegate numbers.
Lisa run delegate already when you're out of Berga, you know. I'm not people coming up. We have been starting.
No, that's you understand. So that means Mark will be able to beat Lisa.
The problem is that all of one PNP, I say, yo, we're not going with Mark. You understand? Because of that animosity in their mind. So, Mark unfortunately inherit Bunting enemy. You understand? So, when you look for now, Nikhil is not a Lisa fan. Well, Nikhil I say, yo, we're not going Mark. You understand what I say? So, what are
Burn up yourself, Rasta. Burn up yourself. Burn up yourself. Burn your Lisa chicken.
Burn off all that. You know what our burger? You can't go too far now in the way. You can put your chicken, bro. How am I?
How man say?
Yeah, more our burger that the man say.
Yeah, man.
Our burger.
Yo,
burn off all that.
Yeah, guys, people. Zid. Yeah. So, what does say Jamaica just bias? Who else has said PNP just say PNP? Because the people are saying we need Andrew. That being said, Andrew now do not wrong, you know. We just need him for the over suicide. You see me I say?
We need one.
When look on that. On the door make them people that fall, you know.
Exactly.
Get up every day
like,
and kill up, you know.
Exactly like what me know say. A lot of countries that say about Trump. We need
a Trump. Bro, Canada been said that. Zine. Look that a couple countries where the people, the citizens, you know. I say it, you know.
Mr. Wanlika sketch.
Citizens, I say it, you know.
Mr. Wanlika sketch on stand-up comedian though, where you done say when Trump did go in office, he did say I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, you know. But you know, like yeah, say.
Oh, I think the nigga would have given us a week or something.
Yeah.
You know what I say?
Watch out some Netflix and chill, you know.
Yeah, you see me?
And he
that
didn't
nigga ain't put on no Netflix.
This
is man, nigga ain't put on no Netflix. Cause dog, naturally you go home. Dog, right now I go home. I left you so I go home.
Yeah.
But say me I go do whatever, you know. Anything nobody tell me to do. Me I say alright, I'm gonna put in a schedule in.
Yeah.
But 30 minutes me just go up on my phone and burn a weed and do whatever.
I just go and do something else.
Breeze.
Yeah.
You see what I say?
I do the thing then meanwhile.
Trump reaching the office and not take the 30 minutes, dog.
No.
Yeah man, nigga well, minute one, I'm president. You call them pussy all over there, so I tell them, so we pay them too much money. Too much money.
Wait, hold on. It's all them people who say they deport them people long time. Hey, listen me, man. Hey, the military line up that big jet there.
Yeah, man.
And military plane start carry one people, you know?
Dog, by 5 minutes, the dog just sit down there like, bumbo clan. Where's that for? Yo, JD, Elon, what else we can do?
Yeah,
what fuck up the department education. Fuck up the department.
Yeah. Fuck up them.
Yo!
Alright.
They pussy wanna feel like a them one, alright. Brother.
Yo, Trump nah laugh, man.
The man kill them in a hand speed. You hear me I say? Remember me tell the man, wrist speed, bro.
I them think, you know why I say I them think that we need, because it's not like every Jamaicans know what they say. Jamaica a one corrupted nation. And money make things push forward, bro. For example, you will be a youth that go to school and why your license, you go drive feet and everything. I mean, and I say you're not gonna get it, you know. But you say the time span where it take for you get it. You say next to come on we have money where just go spending money. You get film like boops tomorrow. And money push forward things in a one nation like Jamaica. Corruption that.
Blood money running.
Yeah, corruption that. And if you know a country corrupt, right? Why we never have one prime minister we just forward and do some things where it's like you shake up the whole country, because then just forward and make sure say corruption can work with for them side and them good. But you why me did rate him Bro God from day one. When Bro God drop in office, you know, the politician them did have a thing where when them are left, it's a vehicle them what them used to use, them can buy it at half price.
Yeah.
But only how them can do that unless the incoming government decides, all right, we're going to get one next set of vehicle. So them get the options to buy it. And Bro God decides, yeah, we'll go. No, man, we'll drive them. Yeah. want to go find something else buy. We will drive them. We don't want a new vehicle.
Yeah.
It's when me see him do that, me I say, yo, whether I'm going to despite PNP or not. But they say, yes,
It
man.
has spite labor right too.
Yes, man. Because them would get better vehicle.
Exactly.
New vehicle.
Cut off my nose, spite my face.
Exactly, man. So when me see that, me say, yeah, bro, God.
Accordingly, if you know, say, yo, me a fucking cut fucker spending.
You see me? So we have to watch them the little thing that to me.
Is what I say?
And you know, but yet still, bro, God, go back and do one thing again when my building house. And in build it through a country. Like him have one business like country. We are hear about the news already. Where I'm picking them own it and then build it through the country, which is a business plan, you know, no doubt, you know. But being our prime minister, wanting us to pay property tax and other taxes. You should have never build your house to try to circumvent the same taxes where citizens have to pay. You get me?
To me, good out here, bad. So I'm going to left him with that. You hear me?
So you have to watch everything.
See, the boss got some books to know $100,000 for minimum wage. Make we hear where people have to say about that. Be a fucker, they go on, you know.
Yeah.
People are complaining, you know.
And
I have an opinion for sure. It might be unpopular, but y'all need to hear.
Alright. So we can see what they go on.
To shift from a minimum wage to what Mark Golding described as a livable wage that would be tied to the cost of living. Is that feasible?
So one of the problems with studying economics as I have is that it removes the opportunity to dream and have rose-colored glasses. I think it's fairly predictable that if you move from a minimum wage to a livable wage, that could be a material increase. I think we may expect less employment because people simply can't afford to pay those wages. We may expect less profitability, especially for smaller companies, smaller medium-sized companies that we are trying to develop at this stage as major employers in the country. On the plus side, more money in persons' pockets, more spending could be a fillip for the economy. But my suspicion now is that if you say to, for example, the security companies that instead of paying minimum wage, you have to add another 20-30% on that, or any number of persons that hire large numbers of persons, it's going to compromise their profitability. And some may say, well, fine. But a logical outcome is a reduction in the number of people employed and reduction in employment opportunities. Now, we are nominally at full employment. That's another discussion that we can have. Just if you listen to Statin. But I would be extremely reluctant to pursue that. I think those who are able should. And I think the key is to have a competitive labor market so that people who can pay more will pay more and folks will earn more and do it that way as opposed to by government fiat.
No, but the minimum wage was increased, I think, last year. It's been increased, and we haven't seen that drastic decline in employment. As a matter of fact, unemployment has gone down.
Right, and so raise a very important point. Now, if you move it from 1 to 110, you may not see anything. You may not see anything at 150. If you move it to 3, that may be the inflection point. And I'm just saying that we have to be careful when we do these things, because you do hit a point that is, what we refer to as an inflection point where it will make a difference. And you remember from the time of discussing the minimum wage that the argument was that many, many employers and individuals are actually already paying more than the minimum wage.
Exactly.
All right. So it doesn't bite yet. It doesn't kick in yet until somebody now who used to pay twice the minimum wage and they're comfortable with that, but now you're saying you have to pay 3 times more, as an example. So there are those inflection points that you have to concern yourself about. But you should recall that at the time when the increase was raised, that many people said, "Look, I'm already paying my help or my security guard or whatever more than that already." So it did not have that inflection effect.
Economists Yes, when me I said that is a economist where Kalila did a chat to. See man start off I tell you say, oh boy, it'll sometimes it's so nice to just say something thing. Yes, when I say, but inevitably it probably don't work out better. See, the island. You hear me I say? But you hear me tell you say, yo, it nah scratch some people and not scratch some people. Effect I really not take some people because them already are paid more than that. No. Here, this is my thing. $16,000 a week, 32,064 a month. See, 632 a fortnight. Alright, boom, do a match with me. See, I wish me could have a blood clot, a chalkboard. You see what I say, but do a match with me. You see, 64,000 a month. My dog draw one pint to one when I say, yo, you know what I say? It kind of fuck up. It makes sense and it kind of fuck up because him can recall one time when I work probably 20, say 15, 16 then part there or 17, yeah? Yeah, but probably 16. And minimum wage is about 10 grand. So 6 grand had money within 10 years. You see what I say? So listen me now. Cost of living the cheaper than time that 10 grand they are more money. You understand what I say? Because goods them be cheaper. But get this now. The dog also mentioned say, yo, the government want with it. Get pitney. You see what I say? With 64,000 on a budget, that is almost impossible. Zane, but hear me say now. If you all you need to do really and truly to make it work is for both male and female in a household are working. If you're a single parent, it's harder, you know. Worse if you have 2, 3 pitney. You get what I say? But if you're a family, a 2, man and woman, a man at work, a woman at work, you know more than likely man at work one job with on a minimum wage. You get what I say? A more than minimum wage already, like what charge you say. You see me I say? So put that the 64 there. Catty I do one look of work. Me not try demean on a female, but we just try to take a little less work. Minimum wage just the same. And guess what? You see all the helper people them I get more than minimum wage by far. You get what I say? Because here we're going to have to deal with some people, dirty monkey. You get what I say? You have to pay for them the same thing. Some people just pay because they are embarrassed and then good as no one you talk about them deeds and rare. So you get whole it more than in. So this is definitely not a demeaning thing to females.
All of that start
demeaning thing to females.
All of that start by people getting to work.
Yeah. So you hear what I say now, bro? 64 and 128 for a month. 2 pitney. Say 60 grand grocery.
Yeah.
You know, school and nursing thing there. Call it about 40. 30. I could call it 30. You see me I say, I really 40 still, you know, how much you go? 7 days away, how much days? 28 days. 20 days them I go school for. See, depends on the age group. So I could put them on one big age group and say $1,000 in. So 20 and a 2 pitney 40 grand in. That's 100. Yeah, 28 left. 28 are expenses for traveling. You see what I say? Let me just exactly.
Light bill, water bill.
Yeah, you see what I say?
Most likely internet bill.
With the bills them there. Zane, if you put travel expense with the 28 we left. Now look on, now listen to me now. One smaddy a footy wall of them there.
The bill.
Everything. Pitney. You see what I say? I live at the minimum wage. So you have to look for this thing the dog and say, yo, bro.
Yeah, and not only that. I must say somebody too. We have a work, we have a minimum wage or nothing. Just get a work or you have one look shop.
Is there above or below?
Because a lot of Jamaicans are there where they live, you know, a little shop. Or they say one little thing, they so, or yeah, so, you know. Yeah.
Then do skill. But you want big pay. We work so by a day. Day work I pay more than day work in a private sector. Day work I mix concrete I pay more than day work in a private sector. You see me?
All this month, cause most like enough 5 people do all hustling. This month, like the same morning time there, they make a lot of piece of food. January morning again, them type of people always complain, say you're not go on time tough.
Yeah.
Cause you know you hustling type of selling, you know. So and everybody I go have a minimum wage work itself. So what me understand the minimum wage, I know say where they know. It's like, and like you can say yeah push it too far. Because basically that's what PNP are saying. PNP are saying basically say where they live off of like how economy I work then. You get me I say? But
salary.
Salary.
So how much me I get for house, how much me I pay, how much normal somebody I pay for rent, how much normal somebody I pay for grocery, how much normal somebody I pay for one household of kids with 2, 3 or 4. And then here we go on, that the worker go pay you.
As me I say, they can't
there
say
will
anything.
be no jobs left in Jamaica because
Part,
and no business place and pay that.
Part, man.
Let me tell you that.
So I mean say when them doing a poor they can't say anything. You know, say one time we did grow here one thing like this, so they say one politician did promise. One politician did promise say
we are going moon.
No, say anyhow they win. You know, turn on the pipe, sugar and water run out.
What's the one love? Where's the sugar and water?
Yes, sugar and water.
That's far off that prosperity, man. I tell you the truth.
As one lime alone you need, you know.
Nah, man, yeah, man.
All them bigger rich there, you know. First, if you want to quench it, oh God, man, you done.
So, people,
alright, so
you know
yeah, mama chat about
minimum wage. Yeah.
I'm seeing where you're saying that you're going to put $1,000 on minimum wage work. Because you see that is an evil, wicked man, sir. Listen, I am not spending tax dollars money. And I sent to the bank from early to draw my workers' money. And this is 3 people's money, Mr. Holness. And you know what? I pay $28,000 per week. And my workers, they work from Monday
12 grand more than a blood
Friday. Okay, and I paid them $28,000 a week. What the hell you think 16,000 can do? Look here, let me show you. This is my 3 helpers' money. Look.
Helper. Yeah, me just talking about
20. So the 5 here. 1, 2, 3. 28. Okay. I pay 28,000 a week to my workers. And not just that. None of my workers take the bus. Okay. I have my BMW drop them home. I treat my workers very well because guess what? Without them, I couldn't live. You understand? I couldn't live. So I treat them good. And after the Jamaican people feeding you and your old generation, instead of you treat the people them good, you're bleeding them. You're bleeding them $1,000. $1,000. As I said, Mr. Owens, wait till I catch you down a L. Me and you. Because let me tell you something, I know you're not going to heaven. And for your sake, I plan to go to hell. So we shall meet. Mr. Holness, what about rent?
I feel that.
What about people's rent? What about supermarket? Explain to me how $16,000 can do all of that. Are you sick? And if they have kids to go to school, come on. Come on. Mr. Honest, time for you to resign, man. Tomorrow I'm going out to protest by myself. Time for you to resign, man. Get the hell off. What?
Yo, if a man even jump, blood. The reality is this, if you even jump minimum wage to 20,000 a week, that's 80,000, that's 16,000 more. So you go 64. You not do fucking nothing, not a difference, just the same more problem I got there. Because here what people not understand. And I really poor people and middle class not understand this. Because rich people understand this shit well. See? Middle class more if you understand it. Oh, that auntie. Oh, go on there, auntie.
Go on there, mommy.
middle class are forward for understanding, but you ever go out and get so caught in a trap and the thrill of it that them not see it till it's probably too late. Rich people see it, poor people now go see it till they elevate. See, and you ever go and poor people see the same way, because we're not that poor. And Jamaica this. I'm tell you, I check them, I check on them. So yeah, me I say no, this is what I talk about. The more money you make, and more things you go buy to your comfort, and more expenses that you go accommodate. See, no matter you go reach one point where you make 100,000 a week to blood clot, and you don't manage your money properly, you know make a difference. You complain say 100 need for raise minimum wage to 130 now, because 100 can't do it. You hear me? I say, because guess what? You know, pay the current in a get a community no more. You know? If I want to look a nice blood clot place, the rent move and you look at 30,000, 15,000, 20,000 to blood clot 60, 70,
feel like we are
90.
I feel like we are doing it the wrong way as government, as country. Then saying instead of we try to raise like all the minimum wage and things,
yeah,
we try to get down prices and things.
Yeah.
Like consumption
That is
taxes,
what
other
me say is the
taxes.
answer.
Yeah. So when if you try to raise that, this a raise behind it.
Of course, that is how
You
they
see?
Trump them show on
That's
you.
the
I say
economy
I see
work.
a problem there in America.
That's the economy
The
work.
money right now, then the money they up here, so then pay the up here, so
Yeah.
egg I feel like what $60?
Yeah,
for a
understand.
flat. Fuck that shit, bro.
That's
You
how
know what I'm saying?
economy work. So naturally,
Yeah.
if you try to get the prices for things down, if you get the prices for things down, right?
Yeah.
And you still pay people that 16,000 a day, that look like nothing, you know. You understand?
Wow.
Because you can get 4,000 go to supermarket
Bro.
and buy things for y'all 4 months.
You
So
see,
you don't have
man.
to go back to supermarket. I don't think that.
And
When
me-
you get all your bill, like your light bill and water bill, it's not that much.
Yeah.
Then you use 1-2 grand and take care of all I bill them.
So here, me I said, I'm
You see
virgin. I don't do what I have to do. Zane, speaking of Trump now and the US, I could go over to Trump plans and things that work out. Like a dog getting business. We're not going to the one day, but the dog get a young day if I come back with a manufacturing deal to the US. So my dog tell us, yo, I'm telling you, I don't feel like Trump an idiot. Trump have go out there fling out tariff. You ever go on, man, everybody need we, and the man know that. No matter how they chat, everybody need we. So you ever go on. We're going to apply pressure. Then shut up them out, we're going to apply more pressure. And then guess what? We have them at the negotiating table. Me get to decide how much pressure me take off of them. I don't have to know that thing there. This is what I say. Trump gold card. I know my father. If Dante not there, in there I 5 million. And I 1,100 people will buy Trump gold card them in a one day. You see what I say? Yeah. I could get to that story there.
As long as you're doing background checks and double checking that who is actually buying this, you're letting people buy it here the same way people have been buying around the world.
Was there a limit? Is there a limit of how much they're saying that they're going to sell? I mean, you can't just say it's open for everybody.
Well, I mean, even if you sell 100,000, 100,000 is not a lot. 100,000 at $5 billion
is what?
I think it's half a trillion dollars. So if 1,000 is 5 billion, 10,000 is 50 billion, 100,000 is 500. They would have to sell 1 million at 5 million to get 5 trillion, which they're not going to get 2 million. But if they get to even this basic membership of 1,000, obviously the background check stuff you got to go through. Our cigar lounge. A couple things about the cigar lounge. Guess what? Everybody goes through a background check, and nobody can take their cell phones inside.
Wow.
Everybody.
Fantastic.
So if you go there and you see another person who's a member, background check, no cell phones. No one's going in our cigar lounge and going like this.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good.
No one's doing that. You can't do that. There is no none
Photography
of
or
that. Boardroom
anything.
cigar lounge. Yeah, I mean, right. Everybody applies. They submit the application. Somebody calls them. They do an interview. They do the background check. Then they send the payment. And but yeah, I'm assuming they're going to do the same thing with the 5 million. Adam, do you have any thoughts?
How
on
many
this?
people do you think around the world can afford $5 million? And what kind of net worth do you need to have in order to pay $5 million?
Well, 1,000
for a
and
gold
counting.
card? Right?
Bolt
But-
can
no,
do
I got
it.
that part. But I want to know,
Vada can do it.
how many do you think?
Cartel
Like, what
can
does
do
your
it.
net worth
Popcorn
need to be
can
to
do
say?
it. Bleaching can do
All right,
it,
here's
man.
5 million.
Eh?
Like it's not going to be 6 million.
We can do
Like,
it,
is it
just
10
not
million?
today.
Is it?
I think it's 100 million.
So
Just
100
not
million.
today.
Million of
You
liquid
see me, I say.
cash or
You see,
investable
tomorrow
cash
on the
that
check
you,
back.
if you put 10%
We
of
could
it,
as
you
a
know
shoot the
the
episode
country's
I
going to
can
be
do
growing.
Yeah, man.
You see
Credit
me, I
card,
say.
Maybe 50
Cause
million.
when they 250 subscribers,
I actually
credit
think this is a
card.
good
Now,
idea,
see
but
that?
I don't
Credit
stop
card
at,
active, though.
hey, great idea,
I
go get them.
mean-
It's like, all right, what countries are they coming from? What's the vetting process? You know, I'd be very curious. Are they coming from China? Are they coming from Saudi Arabia? Are they coming from Venezuela? Like, where are they coming from? And are these people, like, if you have $100 million,
Pause that.
you know what you got?
What me just believe is Jamaica to take a leaf out a page out of this book. So if I say, yeah, that would have been really, really cool if we did that shit. See,
I sell to gold card.
I sell some gold card. You have to be, what you bombard you say, bro? Eh?
Hey, you know, it's not a joke. Some artists would have buy those fee for night, you know.
Dog, what you say,
Some
Jigo?
artists would have buy those fee for night.
Bro, some gangsters in a Slovenia, some man over in a, yeah, bro. Would Jamaica would have really be out.
Yeah, man.
Listen,
And
man,
you switch the people you talk about.
we have crime control, lower your head.
Eh?
But what we are saying is, yeah,
so
make we
yeah.
bigger, because we done with this, yeah. You see me, I say. Yo, bro, it crime control, we have crime control, but I say, bro, the amount of people, Jamaica would have really embodied the matter out of many one people in this day and age. Bro, and hear me, I say, no, think about the wealth where to go, if the price is right, the wealth where would have bring in our countries. Sir Anjo, Sir Wellness, Sealer, you need fit. You need fit, you know? Think about that one day. Gold card. Oh, yeah, I mean, we don't really have gold, but we have give them a backside card. Yo. But you know, yo, I tell you, it would have worked. Revenue, enough people that buy it, be sure of that, bro. Jamrock, what you say, man? I see how we are lead. I just think Jamrock could have sink, you know, it could have hold so much people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But people look like a weird that feed there. You don't know. Remember to subscribe. See me I say? Yeah, remember to subscribe.
Yeah, man. Tell a friend, we tell a friend. And a friend, they will tell a next friend.
Yeah.
And everybody does subscribe. You know where you go?
We're in a family. You're in a family too, man. I'm told you. Yeah, man, just get the thing out there. With that 250.
Yeah, we all
We are
know.
go up.
We all know if you own know YouTube have a requirement. And them show the requirement how what you need to accomplish to get the channel monetized. See? Yeah. And for the watch time, when we are going well, man. I tell you, when we are going serious well.
Yeah, man, we
As
need
me
to
tell
stop
him all the
watching
while,
just-
say watch
just-
time, man, what we
start
are worried
subscribing
about.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a subscriber, them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to reach a 1,000 limit there.
But
Yeah,
big up
we
on yourself,
can.
people. That's it. I want to stay safe out there.
Yes, man, stay safe on the road.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got one prayer than pray, you know. Earthquake shake this morning, so I'm going to shake in the evening right now.
Earthquake.
You see it?
You know where I go.